You're watching this right now telling me that you're trying to buy silver so you can go buy a Lamborghini and buy $1 million house. Come on, guys, let's be real. So let's take a walk, guys. What we got here today? We got here, guys, we got some of that silver from Atmex. It's early in the morning. I like doing some cardio down to the river, but it rained yesterday and everything is really wet and slippery, so that's probably not gonna happen. So let's make our way to the tree house and we're gonna talk about silver. You got some flowers blooming out here, guys. And these are fruit trees everywhere. Coconut, mango, another mango here, another mango, breadfruit here, breadfruit, sugar pear, they call them, avocado. So coconut, never gonna go hungry back here. There's trails everywhere back here, right? I maintain all this, right? Let's talk about some gold and silver, guys. Physical gold and silver. We're just gonna be talking in this video, right? You're not gonna get rich from watching this video. You might if you have an understanding of how money works. But if you're gonna make a comment like in my past video, someone made a comment like, "Oh, you're talking a lot, but you're not saying anything." Well, he's probably trying to get rich quick. Probably lives in a little apartment. He thinks he's gonna buy a little ounce of silver for $15 and he's gonna be a millionaire and go buy a Lamborghini. People actually think like this, which is quite sad. And that's the reason why when silver died down the past couple of years, like a silverfuturist, I don't know, I've seen videos right now as I was searching, they were saying like, where is he at? People like him. And they probably sold silver because they didn't believe in it, right? They're just trying to get rich quick, that I know. Like you have Keiser, right? He was a big silver bug. He's now on the Bitcoin wave. So there's people out here, guys, on social media. They're trying to sell fear porn. They're trying to make an income off of views. And they're not really about it, right? They just, hey, this is hot right now. Let's talk about it. Let's become knowledgeable on this topic. And then when this dies out, we're going to go jump on something else. A lot of people, they do that, right? They sell fear porn. Like there's tons of people right now talking about silver. And last week they were talking about Bitcoin, right? So you have to be careful with that, guys, because you're consuming nonsense. And you're learning, and you're watching people, and you're learning their nonsense. Like they're not really about the life, right? Meaning, like I know people that they say they're spiritual, and they love the jungle, but they live in an apartment and they're on technology all day. Here I am, riverfront, and I have a garden here with tons of fruit trees and stuff like that. And I don't look. I meet people. They're like, man, you really do, you really out there, growing fruit, and you're cutting trees down. Like I grew up in New York, guys. I'm from the hood and I'm out here living that life. You see what I'm trying to say, guys? You guys got to be really paying attention to that. So me, bringing up Matt Keiser, like what's the difference between Matt Keiser and a Peter Schiff, right? Peter Schiff is actually living that life. He's doing it, right? He doesn't, because silver drops, oh, I'm going to sell my silver. He's in it for the long run. What's the difference between like a silver futurist and a Da Vinci, right? Da Vinci was always an investor. He's out there, Bitcoin banging right now, right? So you got to see what kind of person are you? Are you this person that is like, oh man, the internet's talking about this, so I got to do it and be a follower and then not know what's going on? Or do you want to be invested in it, right? That's what it is to be an investor. It's to know what you're investing in. So if you're going to invest in silver, you're investing in it because you understand the value of silver, what it means. Right, Peter Schiff has a book called How an Economy Grows and Why It Crashes. I don't know if he still sells it or he has some new books, but if you don't know anything about how the economy works, go pick up that book. If you understand the reason why you're investing, then you're not going to be worried about if it drops today or tomorrow. You're worried about the long term, right? So Warren Buffett does, right? These guys focus on the long term, right? Where it's like, I know there was a lot of people back in 2008, that was all on YouTube talking about gold and silver, blah, blah, blah. And some of them, their channel is dead. You don't even hear about them anymore because they probably gave up and they're probably still working a regular 9-to-5 job. And that's another thing. There's a lot of people out there that's like, hey, yo, buy gold and silver, do this and that. And they work 9-to-5s, right? They don't look like they even know how to invest, right? They look like they don't even know what value is, right? And I'm not saying that you need to have a expensive vehicle and a nice big giant house, but it's like there are signs, right, guys? There are signs. Let's not sugarcoat it, right? Where you have like some of these influencers that are like 18 years old on social media living in mansions and driving Lamborghinis while they show their parents living in a regular house, then you know they're scam artists. You know the kids are just lying. You know they're using marketing and ad revenue to create this facade, like the Mr. Beast, where he even says he doesn't really have wealth. It's all tied up in his business, right? You need to see through the line, guys. People that have wealth are usually quiet and keep to themselves. You know, like in my network, guys, I always meet people that are wealthy. And, you know, they drive, you know, they have $1 million houses and they're driving like these old ass Honda Civics, right? And I've always been like, man, and it's the opposite when you go to the hood, right? You got people living in apartments in a rundown house and they got like $100,000 Ford Bronco lifted. They have, you know, the new BMW. So you kind of have to understand that. And if you get caught up in that whole nonsense, then you're going to lose out, right? Because you're going to be trying to invest, but you don't know why you're investing. You want to invest to go buy a Lamborghini, guys. You want to go invest to buy, you know, the coolest pair of sneakers. That's not why you're investing, right? You're investing because you're actually working, you're actually producing, and you're worried about all that effort that you put in to create your wealth just disappearing overnight. Because it is, with inflation, with you have like Nick Shirley exposing, you know, the Somalis open up daycares and all this stuff. Like there's stuff out there actually happening that it's like, man, you're working, you're paying taxes, but where's your tax money going, right? And it's going to people that are scamming the system, right? And it's like, man, yo, I'm getting scammed. Like I'm out here making $25 an hour and I can't even survive. Like, and I'm trying to save this money in my bank account for future retirement. So you're telling me in 10 years from now, like my savings is going to be worthless because of inflation, right? So that's what it is to be an investor, right? It's to know why you're investing. It's to know why would you save, right? Someone's going to make a video today. Oh, silver is at an all-time high. It's going to reach $10,000. And this person, you know, this person doesn't own any silver. They just, you know, riding the wave. And then people watch these videos and I don't even understand. You know what I don't understand, guys? Like how some of these videos get so many views. Like this video is probably not even going to get any views. But some of these videos, guys, get like overnight, get like 400K views. And I'm like, damn, who's really watching these videos? Like all these suckers out there. And then, you know, the people are selling their little programs. Like the Ty Lopez. And you have, the Grant Cardone and all these guys. Like these guys make money off of selling, like, you know, ideas. They make money off of selling these ideas of how to get rich, but they don't even work, right? They're just like storytelling. So I have some silver that I bought many years ago. I got silver everywhere, guys, right? And I also have paper. So I highly believe you should own physical silver, right? That's where the real value is at. Paper silver, guys. And what is paper silver? Paper silver is trading on the internet, guys. It's trading in stocks. People say paper because there was a point in time that there was no internet, right? But now you can buy silver if you wanted to, like on a trading app, or you know, there's probably an ETF to buy silver right now. So let's buy some today. Let's buy one. So we bought some today, guys. At 10:30, we bought one. So when you own silver, guys, it's probably worth more. Right now, the price of spot today's silver, I think it's like 92, right? So this could literally be worth more than what the paper is worth, what the stocks are worth. Because remember, stocks are trading against what people believe this is worth, right? So let's say tomorrow morning, you know, we find out that now there's actually only 1 million of these coins in the whole entire world that are mined, meaning like we haven't dug for it, like only 1 million of these. Then what would happen to this? This probably could be worth overnight $1 million per ounce, right? But when you're trading stocks, it's people putting their money into the idea of what this is worth, right? So right now, silver is at 92. So in order for silver, right, to hit $100 an ounce, billions of dollars have to trade for that to happen, right? So if silver right now is 92 and tonight it goes to 93, you know how much money is pumped into silver for it to go up $1 on the market? I'm talking about millions. I'm talking about billions of dollars, guys. Not 1 million. I'm talking about probably $3 or $4 billion for it to go up $1. It's not just 10 people buying, oh, we're all going to put in 10 grand into silver and the price shoots up like that. But you have to be careful, right, guys, when you're buying gold and silver. You need to weigh this stuff. You know, there's probably fake knockoff silver out there, even gold. So I don't even know if the days of buying gold and silver physical are even worth it, because you need to know what you're buying, right? Imagine you buy some silver today, guys. So this is a Canadian maple. So imagine you buy silver today, guys, and then you spend $100 on it, and you find out it's fake, right? Like it's cheap metal and it's plated silver, right? So you need to know what you're doing when you're buying physical. You need to buy it from a reputable dealer. So I think there was Kitco in the past and Atmex, but you go on eBay, people sell gold and silver. You can go to a pawn shop, but how do you know it's real, right? And that's the problem. So a lot of people feel more comfortable trading on the markets because, you know, you can manipulate that. You can do whatever you want, but you need to have an understanding of why you're investing in the silver, right? If you're going to get into silver right now, meaning like if you want to buy silver because you have savings and you don't want it to be affected by inflation, but you know, you feel you're going to retire 20 years from now, then, you know, of course, buy some silver, buy some gold, because you know in 20 years from now it's going to be valuable. Not that you're just, oh, I want to get rich quick today, right? That's not how it works, right? But some people believe that's how it works. So like that, you can preserve your wealth. So in 20 years, your wealth, right, that you're working for right now would be in this, right? You preserve all your time and your energy into this, and then you would go sell it at a pawn shop, or you sell it to some dealer or somebody or a broker, and you get all your money back, right? That's what you can do. But if you're out here trying to buy some gold and silver because you want to get a new Lamborghini or you want to get a new car, that's not how it works. Like, in order for that to work for you, you need to be, you know, you should have bought a long time ago. Silver from the mint, they come in little tubes. You know, they sell these big giant green cases full of silver mint, you know, sealed. I remember one of those at one point. I was gonna buy one. They were only $5,000. I think if you were to buy one of those today, it's probably worth $100,000, right? More, right? But then you could go buy a nice car with that. But if you're gonna, you know, you're telling me you bought silver that long ago, and then now you make so much money, you're gonna go out and buy a car that's a depreciating asset. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, then you're not in it for the right reason. You're not really an investor. You're just trying to get rich quick. You're trying to buy, you know, you're trying to be materialistic. You're taking all your time and energy and saving it up and hoping in the future that you could buy material things with it. You know, come on, guys. Let's just be real. So I'm gonna cut this video for today, guys, because sun's coming out. It's about to be 11 o'clock, and I got things to do. And I just want to finish off by saying, and let's say you do want to get a Lamborghini, and you have $1 million, right? Just know that the Lamborghini, after you buy it, how you're gonna maintenance the tires, the oil change, the fuel cost, the insurance, right? You'll be at a negative now, and then you probably have to get rid of it. Same thing like with a house. You buy $1 million house, how are you gonna pay for the cost to maintain the house, painting the house, you know, doing the landscaping? All that costs money, right? So I'm about that, right? I have a large property, but I'm out there cutting the grass, lawnmower, doing trimming, edging. I'm cutting the trees and everything down on my property. I don't pay no one to do nothing. So I'm about that life, right? And because I'm about that life, I have it. But there's a lot of people that you see out there, they'll get money and then they'll go buy stuff and they lose it because they're not deserving of it. Meaning, like, they don't know how to take care of it. They don't know how to maintenance it. They don't know how to keep it within their reach, and that's why they lose it. So just remember why you're investing. You know, you shouldn't be investing because you're trying to get rich quick, guys. You shouldn't be investing because you want to. You shouldn't be investing to buy material things. Material things come with the investing, but it's about the understanding that you get from investing, and that's what you should take from today's video. Don't just be wanting to invest because you're watching a YouTube video and some guy is like, oh man, silver's gonna be $10,000 an ounce, and there's some actor or there's some, you know, content creators. Some of these people on YouTube, they're older or they're younger. They're just bored. They have nothing else to do. I think they have a miserable way of living, and they just want to like lie to people and then have people go into a hole, and I think it just turns them on or something like that. That's really what I think it is. Because I watch some of these videos like, man, why are people listening to this guy? Like, this guy is setting you up. And then a lot of them are trying to sell you a program or something. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm just living my life, and I'm just sharing what I think is going on in the world today.